Hi and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to have a look at Westwood Instruments' new Kontakt instrument, and it is called Novella Blackwater. So this is the second in the Novella series. So I did a two-part review of Novella Origin about a year ago because it was so big, and this one is, I think, even bigger. It has 15 NKIs. So what is Novella Blackwater? Well, it's a bit different. It's a love letter to Americana and the Modern Western. So there's been a bit of a resurgence in the old westerns these days with the likes of Yellowstone and Horizon. So Novella Blackwater is a complete toolkit of virtual instruments for scoring and songwriting. This is a mountainous range of sounds, and the puns have started already. Taking inspiration from the homestead of Americana and contemporary Western cinema with a modern approach and very versatile palette of sounds to suit multiple styles. An outstanding string ensemble lead the band, surrounded by a remarkable selection of spirited solo instruments. Backing everything up is a rusty oil barrel and a medley of unconventional percussion. Yeah, the percussion is pretty mental. A resilient force of ideas for film scores. Here we go. An expansive plane of sounds for songwriting. We invite you to explore new horizons and prepare yourself for the wild. So you've got, like I said, 15 NKIs and over 130 articulations. So you've got chamber strings with legato, solo violin with legato, harmonium, 2 electric guitars, steel and nylon acoustic guitars, a mandola, a trumpet, harmonica, hickory piano, and drums and percussion. You can actually use this in the Kontakt player. So you need 6.6 and above. So that's quite unusual to get this quality that you can use in the Kontakt free player. This is launching on the 6th of December, and the launch price is £209 or €244 or $244. And normal price will be £299 and €349 and $349. And it is a massive download, 35 gigabyte. To use the Pulse, and then you can go into native access and then put it into native access as well using the same serial code. That is kind of the headlines. We'll just have a wee look and just see what we're getting. So the Fairview Ensemble is a chamber string ensemble with an essential collection of inspiring and unique articulations for sketching ideas, and it is very nice set of strings, I have to say. Get high and low strings, so these are broken into 2 detailed string sections. Then you get some legato strings. You get Deadwood, which is a solo gut violin, an emotive and detailed legato instrument perfect for folk and country styles of writing. Morricone is a harmonium recorded in its natural range but then stretched for a full-size experience. Outlaw is a Danelectro semi-hollow electric guitar played with a classic twang in various styles through a Fender reverb tube amp. Rails is a Fender Telecaster, and the flat top is a beautifully warm example of a vintage Gibson acoustic guitar. Nomad is a gloriously aged nylon guitar captured through vintage equipment, and Juniper is a folk-inspired mandola instrument. I'll need to have a look and see what a mandola is. Cuts through a busy mix recorded with a pick for the brightest sound you know and love. A screenshot of whatever a mandola is. Herald is a solo trumpet recorded in a non-traditional way to give a new creative sound. Bronson is a classic harmonica instrument and the sound synonymous with Western films, you know, Sergio Leone. So yeah, so think some of his Westerns, they always had a guy playing harmonica at the start. Hickory is our take on the tack piano using a hickory drumstick. This is our homage to the genre's classic sound, designed to give you a different option. And the oil fields. So our largest untuned ensemble today, a huge selection of drums and percussion. We've recorded an old rusty oil drum in various ways to give you a bespoke take on metallic hits, as well as kit pieces from vintage drums and cymbals, and also a jaw harp. So that is a kind of overview of all the NKIs. So we'll get Complete Control open and actually hear what this sounds like. Right, so here we are in Logic, and I have got Complete Control opened up, and as you can see, that is all the NKIs there. So like I said, there's 15 of them, and you've got all the different articulations there. Well, if you're watching this, you probably know how to use Westwood, but I'll run through it yet again. So you only really use these 2 pages. So you've got the home page, the effects, and then you've got the settings. So the only thing I generally have to do is move the key switch, because this key switch is designed for an 88 key, so I've got to move it down. So I'm using the complete S49, as you know. Just go down 1 octave and I'll get the key switches available. So, and then you get info on all the people that were involved in the making of this, which is a lot of people, and then you can see why it is expensive software. There's no dynamic control on this one, but there is on some of the other ones. Use the light strip for the expression, and normally the mod wheel for dynamics, and then you've got your 4 mic positions, and then you've got reverb, and then you've got the different types of reverb. So I tend to use Horizon and Eclipse. This is in Vintage, and then you've got your 4 mic positions, and you can adjust those. And then on this particular preset, you've got a fast, a slow, and a medium speed as well, instead of dynamic control. And then you've got your different articulations. So let's say you can just use the red keys to switch between the articulations like that. You don't have to use your mouse. The effects page, your trans-pitch, you've got your EQs, flat, air, and grit, and then you've got your delays. So I've actually switched delay and width on. So they weren't on normally in this particular preset, but I've switched them on. And you've got your different taps there, so you can switch specifically to those. You've got digital, analog, tape, vintage, and haze, and then the presets, depending on what they are, will switch. So for instance, Afterglow is a tape, and then Frontier is a haze, etc, etc. And you've got feedback rate, depth, and all that sort of malarkey going on. And then you've got your width as well. So all this is pre-mapped. This is really kind of why you need a complete keyboard, because all this is pre-mapped. So let's kick off with the Fairview Ensemble and hear what this flipping thing sounds like, because that's enough talking. Right, so I'll put the expression up. And I'm using 90 BPM for this. I mean, it's kind of normally round about that sort of range, I would say. 90 to maybe 120 most. So it is very, very nice string ensemble. But I mean, Westwood know how to do strings. Right, so I'll quickly run through the other ones. Fires. So I could play around with the effects. We'll switch some delay on and switch the width on, and then we'll go to Frontier. That's quite excessive, I think. So yeah, that is quite long. Maybe too long. Right, let's try Shoreline. So this is Dust Devils. Short hairpins. So we could change the delay again to Afterglow, which is a tape. Oh, that's nice. That is very cool. And then last but not least is shorts. So let's just switch that one on. So you see, it does make a huge difference. If we switch delay off, and we'll just see what this sounds like. So yeah, slight difference. So that is the ensemble ones. They are very, very nice indeed. I'll skip legato and we'll just have a look at the high and the lows, because I'm gonna mix these. We'll load up the high. but the dynamic control is in, and then we've got time as well. So this is Fire and Flint. So this is the high strings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the low strings as well. So we'll bring in the low strings and we'll play them together. Fire and Flints together. And we'll see what that sounds like. So that's the low strings. And that is your high strings. We'll try some longs and some short hairpins and see what that sounds like. We'll maybe bring up the... Right, we'll put some delay on. Right, that's better. Right. So we could try some Dust Devils. Right, let's try the drifting tremolo on the high strings. And what can we try on these? Right, we'll try both the same. See what it sounds like. Volume up a bit on the lows. Pretty cool. Right, so this is the gut violin. So this is legato. And then we've got some longs. Switch some reverb on with them. And let's go to Copus, which is a digital. And put some ailerons on. And some drones. Yeah, so Morgan is the harmonium. So a few articulations on this as well. We've got longs, yonder, yonder reverse, windpipes, exhale and exhale. We can adjust the dynamic with the mod wheel. So we've got standard and extended range, so we could go down to standard. This is a shorter range. And then you can adjust the mechanical part of the keys. And the bellows. So you can add more bellows. Try what yonder's like. Yeah, maybe stick to standard. That's probably a better range, I think. We'll try your windpipes. Exhale. Let's try the Outlaw electric guitar. Put the ARP on. Right, let's try the other electric guitar. This one's called Rails. Harmonics. Peaking a bit now. You've got slide. Bit scary. Got hang fire. Right, that is the electric guitars. We've got a steel acoustic called Flat Top. Yeah, I think this is the acoustics are really good. could put some reverb on, delay on. So it's got a flutter. Some grip. The 90 ppm. So this is the byways. And we've got another one called Cheekside. And we've got longs. Pitched longs. And lots of other things, some tremolo. Right, nylon acoustic. We have got the Claviland. It's the Man in Black. It's Johnny Cash. These are really nice. Right, it's Bunsen de Leone. Let's try Mirage. Let's not try Mirage. What the... Right, let's try Pursuit. Maybe not. We'll put the width on instead. And we'll try it. Put the grip EQ on. And then the chitling. Right, so that is the kind of first 10 NKIs. So this has gone on probably too long, so I will do the 11 to 15 in the next half of the Novella Blackwater video. So that is a kind of very brief look at Blackwater. We'll finish off with the High Plains nylon acoustic with a bit of the Fairview Ensemble and just see what that sounds like. I'll stick on the Frontiers on on Fairview, and we'll try this High Plains on the Nomad, which is probably my favourite one, I think. So we'll see if I can work this out. Anyway. As usual, if you are enjoying these videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the second half of this.